Hey, what's up, peepsy de lo mío? Sit down and take a seat. Que lo que siéntate. Lawrence and beyond. And everybody else. What is going on? On this episode, como siempre, hosting today, your boy Majimbe. And today, hoy, we got a special guest, Mave, baby. He's in the building. What's good, brother?
What's going on, brother?
Chilling, bro. Shit, you fuck with the intro?
I love that. I like that a lot, bro. What?
That's what's up, man.
That felt powerful.
You know what I mean? Gotta switch it out, gotta bring it in, gotta introduce everybody no matter what language. I mean, I would have thrown Korean, I would have thrown different stuff in there. I just don't know it. You just don't know yet.
Not yet.
Hell yeah. And Mav, to my listeners and viewers, man, like, I always ask this corny question, which I'm not gonna do it with you. But Mav, man, I've seen your work. You know, you do, I've seen your photography. Am I saying it right? Because I sometimes I say that word a little.
You're good. Photography. Yeah.
I've seen you do that. And not even locally, but I've seen you go to states. I've seen you go out there and search for different canvases. Mm-hmm. And with that being said, where does that thirst come from?
I mean, my main medium when it comes to photography is portraiture. So I really like looking at different kinds of people. You know, like I love people watching too. So being born and raised in Bronx, New York, you know, having such diverse kinds of people. Yeah. I don't know. I've kind of just always been fascinated by so many different kinds of people and also connecting to them. So that's kind of like where that comes from. And obviously, you know, with different locations and different settings comes different kinds of people. Yeah. Although you can find the same kind of people everywhere, there's always going to be a different variation of it. So I think that's why I like traveling so much, and that's why I like looking at different kinds of people.
Word.
Yeah.
And since you've been out there and you've seen this different types of people, what would you say is something we all have in common? out of your head.
All kinds of people. I mean,
so far.
To be honest, I think for me at least, I've noticed the one thing that's constant, no matter what, is the intimidation of the camera. Immediately. Yeah. And that's honestly why, well, one of the many reasons why I love portraiture. Portraiture is when you take pictures of people, is how everybody reacts to the camera. You get me? I love that. I love the way people react to the camera. And, you know, most of the time it's negatively, not negative in the sense that like, oh, don't take my picture. It's more like as soon as somebody sees the camera, they get nervous. Right. You know, and it's like, I feel like it's my job to kind of take that away. One, I love the process of seeing them get nervous.
It's like I think I've seen your time.
Yeah. You know, but I love breaking that down. I love breaking that down and making them feel comfortable. And ultimately my job is to photograph you to the best of my ability, you know?
That's cool as hell. And what's your favorite turnaround? Somebody that'll be like, you know, Mav, I made a mistake. I don't even want to take this picture. I don't know when everything turned around. Out of all of them, I mean, I bet you have a lot of favorites, but which is your most memorable turnaround? They're like, yo, this person didn't even want to take a picture.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, it was like that. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was actually a complete stranger on the street. Okay. And actually, I don't think I ever posted it because it was just one image. That's all it is, one image. I don't think I ever posted it, but I was walking around the streets of Phoenix, Arizona.
You crazy.
Yeah.
You've been everywhere, bro.
Yeah, I've traveled a lot and I'm not done. But, I want to say a year ago or a year and a half ago, I was in Phoenix, Arizona, and I was walking, you know, just doing some street photography. And the streets were, for the most part, were pretty empty. So I was kind of doing some streets without the people. So I was kind of really more just focusing on the location, whatever. But this dude walks by me. And I don't know, something about him kind of just like I just gravitated towards him. It's just like he seemed like an old, wise man. He was like maybe like a late 40s to early 50s black man. He just seemed like the kind of dude that has seen some shit. You feel me? Like he just looks like an experienced individual. And I don't know what it was about him that I was like, sir, do you mind if I take your portrait? And off rip, he's like, nah, put the camera down. Like he kind of just like went at me and I was like, oh, you know, it's all good. Like, you know, and then, you know, like I guess the fact that I asked him, even though he immediately said like his first reaction was to say no, I guess the fact that I asked him kind of like sparked question and curiosity. So he said no, but then he's like, why? You feel me?
No, then after that.
Yeah. And after like a good like 5 maybe to 10 minute conversation,
Yeah.
he eventually like said yes. But the conversation itself was amazing because he was just like, why do you want to take a picture of me? Like, is it going somewhere? And I was like, no, I just find you very interesting. I don't live here. And then he's like, oh, where are you from? So it started off as very hostile, and then it became, like I said, very comfortable. And then eventually, if I show you the picture, he looks like the friendliest dude ever. Cause like when he finally let me take that picture, he was
put his defense down.
he put his defense down. He was smiling. He was just So I like those situations.
That's dope. In the middle of nowhere in Arizona.
Yeah, in Arizona, bro, in the middle of nowhere.
and geography wise, what's your favorite location so far that you've been to?
Damn.
Just like,
honestly, and I think about it every single day. Guangzhou, China. I was there for 2 weeks.
That sounds like ethnic as hell. Where's that at? Tell me about that, bro.
Yeah, Guangzhou, China is southeastern China. It's about 2 hours south of Hong Kong, give or take. I was out there for 2 weeks back in. Yeah, I was out there for 2 weeks for a photography job. Like my client, shout out to Jessica. She lives here.
You were in China for 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah, and they pay for everything. They pay for flights, for hotel, everything, because it was a job ultimately.
Yeah.
So I was this individual's personal photographer. So my job for the 2 weeks was to follow her around and take pictures of her, like out there, because she runs a blog, like her own personal blog, and then she also has her own clothing brand. But then she also models her own clothing. So she doesn't like have models. So she's a one-man team.
Yeah, she's doing it all.
Yeah, she's doing it all. Shout out to her. I respect. I still have so much love for her because she's from here. She's from Lawrence.
Where was her name?
Yeah, Jessica J. Rosa.
Yo, J. Rosa, shout out.
She's amazing, bro. She's a mother of 4 children. Yo, she's a beast. But I respect her so much, bro. Crazy. But anyways, tangent.
She's from Lawrence and Yoa in China.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, and like I said, she's a one-man team, so she takes her own pictures too. Like she would set up her camera on a tripod and take selfies. And I was like, yo, like instead of you spending $2-3 grand on a camera, just pay for my shit and I'll go out there with you and like I'll do the job better. You know what I'm saying, that you're bad at it, but it's like, how much can you do with a tripod? You're by yourself. Plus, like, you're also by yourself. Like, you're a woman by yourself in a native country where like you don't know the language, you don't know the culture, you don't know what happens over there.
Yeah.
Y te vas sola. You feel me? So it's like, I was like, you might as well. I ain't the strongest looking dude, but at least like you're not by yourself. You feel me? So I went out there with her. She paid for everything. Shout out to her again. Like, it was a blessing, bro. It was a crazy opportunity.
And were you two like friends, or you saw this person that just needed this help because they were gonna make that project? How did that?
So we met through Best Buy, because I worked at Best Buy for like 3-4 years.
Word.
And she came in one day looking for that camera that she was gonna buy. And I was like, yo, instead of like buying a new camera, like just like I'm actually a photographer, how about like you just book me and I take pictures for you. And then we worked together for like a year, and then like a year later, she's like, oh, by the way, like I'm thinking about going to blah blah, like you down to come with me? And I thought she was talking shit, just like I'm going to China. I was like, yeah, alright. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go to China. And I was like, oh shit, well, what's up? And then she's like, yeah, like come through. And that's all it was.
Yo, that's dope. I've never been to China, brother. So, what's one thing you would say that we think is real, but it's not really real when you go over there? Like, if it could come out of your head, be like, oh, nah, this is exactly what I expected China to be. Oh, was it? or nah?
I mean, a lot of people say it's like super like heavily populated. It is, there is a lot of people, but it's not like to the point where you can't get around. I mean, it kind of just seemed like where I was, at least, because Guangzhou is a very large city. There was definitely a lot of people, but it kind of just seemed like, like New York City, like you can still walk around, it was normal. But I mean, one thing that I did expect and actually did become true, like it was true, was actually how like dirty the air was, like the air pollution. Yeah. It's crazy because it looks like it's foggy all the time, but it's not fog, it's smog. Like you gotta wear a mask, bro. Like the air is crazy. Yeah. Crazy.
Shit.
Yeah, bro.
And the pictures, where do you guys take it at? Was it a special location, or was it like just all portrait?
It was all me. She kind of just put faith in me and my vision, and we walked around the streets of Guangzhou, and whatever I liked, I'd be like, yo, do this. Yo, I stand right here. Yeah. And we just walk around and do shit.
That's dope. And usually when you go out there and work with individuals, do you prefer creative control? Do you always
Absolutely.
got creative control though?
I mean, for the most part, obviously, like for collaborative pieces, like my client would want a specific look. For the most part, like it's more like they have a direction. They point me in the right direction, and then I take it from there.
That's what's up.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, again, it's a combination of both worlds.
Yeah. And you would say that's essential for a photographer to have that with their client, like.
Yeah.
You never had an instance where, I mean, this is ridiculous, but I'm just curious as hell. Ever instance where somebody's been like not liking your vibe, but they worked with you?
I don't think so. I mean, unless like they weren't honest with me.
Yeah, because that doesn't be bad pictures, right?
Yeah.
That was a dumb question.
No. I mean, I've never had a situation where like, and I don't mean to sound like cocky or anything, but I've never had a situation where the client didn't enjoy the work that I gave them. Okay. But I feel like that's kind of like, you should kind of know that before you even work with the photographer. You get me? So it's like the reason you're working with them from the beginning, like the reason you have interest to work with them is because you obviously like what they can produce.
Yeah.
You get me? So it's like, if someone saw my Instagram page and they're like, I don't like his work, you wouldn't hit me up to shoot. You get me? So it's like,
it's a dumb question.
Yeah. But I mean, there has been a couple of times where like the client has been very difficult, or for example, like they hit me up to work, and they're like I said, I usually do like they give me a direction, like they point in the right direction, and I take it from there. Yeah. But sometimes they'll be like, hey, I want this shot, exactly this shot, and they'll send me like this shot, like this other photographer took. I'm just like, why don't you just work with that person if you want this same exact picture? You get me? Or like you want this same, like there's been times where they've sent me like entire photo shoots, all the same photographer, and I was like, why don't you just hit that person up?
It just sounds like they weren't at their prettiest that day. Just call the same dude and just dress up again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you want this, then hit that. Like, why are you hitting me up again? There's been times where like I've actually had like, never falling out, but more just like disagreements. Yeah. Just like, why are you? If you want exactly this, then you hit up the person who made exactly this. Like you're not giving me any kind of leeway or not. If you want this, go get that. I can't give that to you.
Yeah, it's a hassle. It's like almost wasting a person's time.
Yeah, I've been getting my time wasted a lot recently.
Bro, I saw a tweet from you. I'm sorry to bring this up. I saw a tweet from you, and I felt it too hard. I'm like, yo, I felt that. When we schedule something, we try to meet, schedule. Things happen. Everybody's not humans. Of course. I know we're all humans.
Of course.
But coño, my nigga, when you get that streak of everything you scheduled, it's not like.
Como siete, it was like 7 people. And the thing is, like you said, like I understand, especially like, we're adults, we have lives, some of us have kids. Bro, I understand. Yeah. But hay otra cosa when you tell me, yo, you know what, like you hit me up, we're shooting this day because this is the day that I'm available. I bet. The day comes, you don't hit me up at all. Okay, that's number one is like, if you know something's going to happen, like let me know in time. Yo, this came up, I understand, but let me know in time. One, doesn't do that. 2, yo, I can't. Something came up, family emergency. 30 minutes later, I see him on Snapchat doing something else, bro. Like, God forbid something actually happened to one of your family members. You feel me? Like, it's
something. Put that bad juju out there.
Yeah, bro. You just like don't lie. Like, I hate liars and I hate people who are irresponsible. So it's just like, if you can't make it for whatever reason, just say you can't make it. Yeah. Like I'm not gonna take it to heart, bro. Trust me. Like this is my profession. Like I understand, but it's just like don't lie about it. One.
The thing is, I think is the person is trying to look good. I'd be like, this nigga still fucks with me though, even though we didn't do this. I'm gonna say something. He's gonna fuck with me the same way. I mean, my nigga, like, I feel a person will fuck with you more. You be like, bro, dude, bro, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm tired as fuck. I can't make it.
Yeah.
I feel mad. Yo, I'm sorry for wasting your time, bro. You'll make me laugh. Bro. You know what? I felt like that before. I can relate to that.
Yeah. You feel me? Like, look, I understand. Having a long day, you tired, bro. Like, get some rest, bro. You can do your thing.
Getting niggas with family emergency, I'm like, yo, do I have no family? I don't get these family emergencies every day.
I don't know, bro.
Like, damn.
Yeah, bro. Family emergency, and then I see him 20 minutes later at the mall on Snapchat. I'm like,
bro. Yeah, and like those days, man. Yeah, that's why I brought that up. That was funny, man. We hit those, but I remember.
It is what it is, bro.
I was talking to this similar topic with Clack Clack, Carlota. She has a studio of 50 Island Street.
Island Street, yep.
Yeah, the Island Studios. I mean, there and stuff like that. She does great work. She does the the face stuff. She'll clean your face out. She does beautiful makeup work on people and stuff. But we were talking about this topic, and she was like, "Yo, Brian, like it doesn't matter though. You don't get to bitch. You just gotta you gotta schedule more people. You gotta do things." And that's what I started doing for a little while. Like I started double booking, triple booking. But yo, my energy, yo estaba gastado, nigga. Like yo, to the point, I'll try to tweet. I'm like sounding like a robot, like good word. Just say the most generic. I don't know where it comes from to be honest. Yeah. Like, oh fuck it, I got more to say. I pep talk with myself on Twitter. I'm just like,
bro,
yeah, nigga,
I've always said that Twitter is just a conversation with yourself, hoping that other people would join in. That's what Twitter is, bro. Because that's my Twitter, at least. I just like my Twitter is me. My tweet is me talking to me.
Yeah, you that's feel what me? People don't understand, bro. People don't get that. People don't understand that shit. Like,
I immediately, yo, you saw what Brian tweeted. You saw what Mave tweeted. You feel me? Like, why you assuming shit, bro? Just like let me just tweet what I want to tweet, bro.
There's times where I think I'm funny, and it's just not. It's like, yo, come on, man. So that's why, like, with that form of communication, it's funny because it's like every person is different, right? So that means everybody's gonna read it different.
Yeah.
Bro, it's like this shit is not meant for everybody to really understand each other. I mean, yeah, there's a couple like-minded people here and there, but coño, my nigga, like, I knew this shit was gonna be a problem before this shit came out, and niggas used to text, and I used to text them back, and they used to be tight. Yo, your math fucked up. I'm like, what are you talking about? What did I do? You're writing with dots and stuff. I'm like, oh, I just thought that's the way that I talk. ... Cause I'm ... That's how I think in my head. Yeah. But when you do it through text, it's rude as shit.
Yeah, it's rude. You dry, whatever it is.
Yeah. So whatever. We have to evolve, right? Some people, if some other people say, Brian, you don't get to bitch. You just gotta evolve.
You gotta adapt, bro. Time's changing.
And with time changing and stuff like that, man, how you handling college right now? All that school stuff.
I mean, it's kind of like. It's a double-edged sword, to be honest, because it's like it's two different problems. One, going to school during COVID, so it's all like the online courses, the online learning is kind of being forced upon us, and I understand, obviously, for safety precautions. But also, like I said, it's worse because for me, because I kind of took a hiatus from school. Like this is my first semester back after 2.5 years.
Ooh.
You get me? So it's like, it's like the pressure of getting back into the rhythm of school, but then also COVID, so I have to be online. So it's not like I can just ask the professor questions. Right. I can't. You feel me? So it's like
it's all on you.
Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult for me. I started with 2 classes in the summer to kind of like help me get back into the swing of things.
Are summer classes quicker?
A lot quicker. Yeah, they're a lot quicker, and I got them done. I was like, oh, I got this. So it's smooth. I got this. And then the actual fall semester starts, and now it's like actually school. So now, and I was like, oh shit, we're better there.
Yo, it's brutalizing. And the thing about, I remember a couple years ago, I was forced to take a couple classes online because that was my only option because of scheduling, blah blah life, and I had a hard time being, how should I say, just. I had a hard time being just because are you telling me that I'm on my I'm in my own home, I'm doing the homework or I'm doing the test. Yo, I'm gonna go to the fridge and grab a beer. This is my vibe. I'm here doing homework with my vibe.
I'm gonna get this done on my time.
Yeah. And and let's say, for somebody that came from the system of being placed in a classroom, having a certain demeanor, being in a certain, working a certain way, asking the teacher, being there, the teacher seeing that you're struggling. Like, who's gonna see when I'm struggling?
Yeah.
What, when I freaking slam my phone against the wall, then I'm like, oh, I'm struggling. Let me go to the computer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Teacher's job, one of their jobs too, one of the main jobs is to monitor.
Yeah.
That's the only thing right now, like, we think a laptop's gonna monitor me. And I'm sorry, I love technology, but I still have the little feeling that it's sketchy, so I want to cover the little camera. I don't want you staring at me through there. I want a human staring at me.
Yeah. And that's actually been a problem for me as well. Is like one of my classes I'm actually really, really struggling in currently, and it's the kind of thing where, like I said, I'm very used to being in a classroom, being with human beings and like having fluid conversations.
Yeah.
And now it's all through, it's all automated, so like it's different. But also like because I'm struggling, I send my professor an email, but I gotta wait 48 hours for a response. Y ya en esos 2 días, you feel me? In 2 days, like it's already past due. I'm struggling even more, like more pressure, because like, oh fuck, now it's like it was due Monday, but it's Wednesday. You feel me? So it's like, and then I gotta ask him another question, like mind you, like a 6-word question. I gotta wait 2 more days for a response. You get me? So it's like,
it's not, it's especially now, they're probably answering more emails. They're probably getting more flooded inside. They probably don't even get to it sometimes.
Bro, that's where I'm at right now too. Where like when my professor, today is Saturday. I emailed them Tuesday, so I haven't gotten a response.
So now you're behind.
Yeah.
Imagine like you needed that piece of answer to move on to be caught up, and you never could because you're in a lag behind.
And
this shit.
Mind you, the question that I asked them is a yes or no question. So the answer is either yes or no. So I gotta wait 4 days for a yes or no.
Yeah.
Because a yes or no is like what literally like makes or breaks my assignment. You got me? So it's just little things like that. We're just like, online courses, like it's not for me, but I can't back out now.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
And I don't like, because like I'm gonna show you another example too. This is like a random abstract example where I don't like online courses. Yo, like me talking like this works in person.
Mm-hmm.
It works. People see my body language, my eyes, my mouth. Are like, oh, this is how he means whatever's coming out of his mouth.
Yeah.
When I do that in letters, it doesn't. It's not.
Oh, absolutely no. It doesn't. It doesn't transcend. It's not the same.
They'll say, "Oh, Brian, grab a grip." Because I'm here stressed out. Math, math will make you feel defeated. I mean, anything that's hard in school make you feel defeated. You don't want to fail, and shit.
No, but I get it. It's especially like that frustration trying to put it into like text. It's just it doesn't. It's not the same. It doesn't.
In person, they'll laugh. I'm like, bro, I'll give you another day. Go ahead. I understand. Here it is.
But through email, what is your problem?
You fool, pathetic. Find the answer. If you were paying attention.
It's always your fault too.
So there's that. I mean, I felt that break. Right now, I'm taking. It's about to be a year. I took a year off. And COVID hit. And I'm thinking about going back. I'm not that far off from my degree and stuff, but
nice.
I want to give it a little bit more because I'm not down with this online stuff because like I said, I just don't know if I'll be too just with it. Like I'll do it, but hey, you're telling me if I don't know. Whoever wants a degree, this is probably the best time to get it without having teachers around you, looking at you. But if you want a just degree, I don't know what a just degree is now these days with this COVID thing.
Yeah.
Long story short, but man, that's I'm sorry we did the stress and shit like that. But
it's all good, bro.
Bullshit has it all messed up, man.
It's all good. And then I'm kind of in a dilemma too, where like I'm going to school right now, but I would like to transfer to like a bigger school. Actually, I would like to go to, hopefully, like NYU, like Parsons. Like I actually want to like dorm and go out to a good college. I'm planning on going to an art school. That's ultimately what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Give me like a good art school to follow my videography and photography career.
And what's in your way right now?
To be honest, kind of COVID. It's the kind of thing where like I've noticed that a lot of these schools, because of COVID, they're doing online classes, Yeah. And I'm not trying to pay 40, 50, 60K a year to just be on my laptop. If I'm going to pay that much money, I'm trying to be at the school, dorm, and experiencing that. You get me? So it's like, now it's like, damn, like, what now? So do I have to wait? And ultimately, that's all I got to do is wait and see what happens if COVID actually doesn't die down, if things go back to normal, whatever normal is, But if things don't go back to normal, like the whole online courses stay like this, I'm not transferring.
Yeah, might as well just... like everybody's gonna start going to community college.
Yeah, and it's a good decision, save your money because like I said, I know people who like, for example, like a friend of mine goes to NYU, and Shorty's paying a lot of money to just be at her crib on her laptop because she can't be in the building. You get me? So it's like it's not worth the money, bro. No.
Basically paying for the connection.
Yeah.
It's like I pay this much guap at NYU. I got this connection. You should let me in this job.
Yeah, exactly, but. I also want to go out there for the experience. So it's like if I can't get the experience, then I'm not going.
Yeah, I feel the experience, especially in college. What I hear from everybody is go to college, enjoy the experience. You go to college, enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
They never talk about enjoy the work, enjoy going to the library. No, they talk about enjoy the experience. Even
It's
the
the
nerds,
experience.
they'll be like, enjoy the experience.
Yeah.
And why? With their eyes all wide open and shit.
It's the experience, bro. And you know, when I say experience, I don't mean like I don't want to go out there so I can party and do nah, fuck that. Like I want to go out there so I can meet a lot of people, make connections, build relationships, especially in a place like New York or California, whatever school I'm going to. Bro, that's really all it is. It's all about who you know.
Man, and
you know?
and speaking about New York, I saw you take a quick pic of Medina.
Yeah, shout out to Medina, yeah.
Shout out to Medina, let's go, baby. So
Yeah.
You end up going there a lot, or was that like a separate gig?
No, I mean I go out there a lot because like you know most of my family lives out there. That's actually where I'm from, born and raised in Bronx.
Yeah.
Moved out here to Lawrence when I was like, I think I was like 10.
Okay.
Gave me 10, 11. So about half my life there, half my life here. But now that I'm so deep into you know just photography and like kind of ultimately my career, because this is what I want it to be.
Yeah.
New York is just it's a much more what's the word? I'm having a brain fart. What's the word?
Much more hot spot for that.
Yeah, like ideally, that's the word. Like
Yeah.
ideally, I would like to be out there because it's like for the things that I do, all of my clients and all my opportunities out in New York.
Yeah.
I mean, so like I've been kind of going back and forth
There's
a lot.
a lot of diverse people in that one place.
Yeah.
And you know, and I could see like, especially in your portrait. What do you call it?
Portrait, yeah.
Portrait. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought I had like a special acronym, like portrait.
No, you know, you're good.
Yeah. And your style of portraits, like that's one of the ill places. There's so many diverse people that go to New York.
Yeah.
And when you took that flick of Medina, where you know you were just in the area, you know, he hit you up for like, you listen, like, Mave, I need some flicks. You know, I'm gonna release a mixtape or something.
Yeah, actually, you were pretty spot on. Yeah, he kind of. Yeah, he actually hit me up like 2-3 weeks ago. He's like, yo, Mave, like I need some pics.
Yeah.
Let me know when you're out here, cause you know he sees that like I've been back and forth a lot.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I've been back and forth is because I go out there, I stay with my aunt or like with my grandma, and while I'm out there, like I look for apartments, like that. Cause I'm trying to make it a reality.
Yeah.
But he saw that I've been out there, and he's like, yo, bro, like let me know next time you're out there, or out here, cause he's over there right now. He's like, I need some pics. I'm gonna drop a single coming soon.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. But yeah, he's like, yo, I need some pics. So like I was like, yo, bro, I'm gonna be out there this weekend. I actually photographed him and like 4 other people while I was out there. So I try to be as productive as possible. So I see my family, but then I also got some work done. I shoot with 3, 4, 5 people.
Yeah.
Some paid, some like you know like friends of mine. So I don't charge them, but like some client shoots. So like I get my money, I get my bread. It pays for expenses.
Yeah.
I get to see my friends. I get to see family. You get me? So it's like I always make the most out of every trip. But at the end of the day, it's like if I were to live out there, bro, it's just like it would save me. So that would be every single day. Yeah. Just working.
Bro, imagine like just getting over that milestone, and now your only objective is just to get better.
It's just get better and grind, bro. Yeah.
Yo, you're just hungry for that, bro.
Yeah, and that's actually like been one of my fears of mine recently is like living here and getting comfortable. Yeah. You know, that's the thing, complacency.
It's very easy to be comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I remember it's interesting you said that. I wanted to tweet this, but I never did. But I was just thinking, because I go riffing in thoughts. So I'm like, is it really loyalty? Like, I've been having the same barber for like 13 years. Sprint called me a couple days ago to tell me I just made 10 years with them. Is it really loyalty, or I'm just fucking comfortable? You know, it's like,
and that's and that's a very valid question, you know, because sometimes it's like, is it loyalty, or is it the fact that I haven't put myself in a situation where I could potentially get something better?
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's kind of like, that's my biggest fear, in the sense that like, you know, right now, like I'm living in a nice apartment, and I'm with my family, or like I'm with my mom's, and I'm making enough to survive. But my fear is being comfortable and like, yo, you know what? This works for me, so I'm not gonna do anything else because this works for me. Yeah. But that's not like that's not what I want. I don't want just works for me. You got me? So I've actually been wanting to put myself in a situation like move out to New York with fucking $400 in my pocket, whatever the case. Obviously, I have more money than that, but like, you know, got me? Like, for example, putting myself in a situation where I have no choice but to grind.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I can't just sit back. Exactly. Me pongo pa lo mío. Got me? So it's like, I feel like physically removing yourself from a comfortable situation and placing yourself in a situation where you have to grind, you gotta be hungry. It's like, you're gonna get shit done,
Yeah.
or you're gonna be homeless. Those are your two options.
It's a fact.
You get me? So it's like I've kind of been wanting to do that to myself. I know it kind of sounds like, why would you do that to yourself?
Yeah,
but it's
but
like,
you got family that love you, bro.
No, of course.
But you know you got that drive, so you know you're gonna go hard.
Yeah, you get me. So
hard.
that's exactly. I want to go hard. I want to put myself in a situation where I have no choice but to work
And I have faith in you, man, because like it's New York and you've been in different states. I mean, I don't know, but like, let's say the location. What, you've been to like to 20 different freaking.
I've traveled a lot. Yeah, California, California, Arizona, Colorado, Texas, Florida. I've been to Canada, like both sides, like Toronto and Montreal.
Yeah.
China, yeah.
So it's like you could grab you could say that you have a good understanding of like strangers or people like the body language and shit. You know, so it's like So it's like I won't like. For a normal person, I'll be worried, but for you, a person that's been out there, working with different types of people, I'll be like, you know what, I could put my faith in him because I know he'll be alright.
Yeah.
He knows how to, talk to random people. I mean, there was a person Arizona was trying to take a picture of. He was like, no.
Yeah.
Like, why?
Bro, like I said, that started off hostile and then ended up being with a beautiful portrait. Yeah. I never posted that. I don't think I will because that's the kind of thing where just like that's a nice memory for me, But actually, in the next couple of days, I'm going to be posting another portrait that I took of an individual out in New York when I was out there when I shot Medina.
Yeah.
Same exact situation that you just talked about. Actually, I was at Washington Square Park, and I don't know if you've ever been there before, but it's one of those parks in New York where there's always some weird shit going on. There's always somebody dancing naked, somebody selling this, somebody talking about Jesus. It's one of those. There's a lot of life there. So I went by only because I was, I haven't been there in a couple of years. Like, let me just stop by. I ended up running into these two young individuals, and same thing, complete strangers. 5 minutes of talking with them, they actually ended up letting me take their photograph. Oh, shit. Yeah, and they were very, very unique individuals. So I'm most likely gonna post one of their portraits. Either
it was like abstract. It was very interesting.
No, yeah, I mean, like the location was, like just normal New York, but like them as people, they're very interesting people. And you'll see it when I'll be posting them this week. But
you think you put a lot of editing into your pictures? Or
absolutely not.
Absolutely.
No.
Ooh, you just take them how they are.
Yeah, or for example, like I've been shooting a lot of film lately, so I have to edit a lot because like the scanner that I have doesn't read the colors correctly. So I do a lot of editing, but in the sense that I have to edit them to make them look like what I saw. And that's I mean, I don't.
How do you remember the hue of that day?
I just study and practice. A lot of practice. I mean, I've been doing it for so long, so I remember. Yeah, I remember.
That's dope, man.
Yeah.
Like with that being said, do you have a favorite piece of equipment, name, brand, just shit? Man?
Probably my camera. Yeah, like my main I mean, I have over 40 cameras, probably 50. I have a lot, but my main I use three cameras mainly. I have 2 film cameras and then a digital camera. My digital camera is a Canon 5D Mark IV. That's usually what I use for like client work, so like for weddings. It's just a regular digital camera. You get me? Especially because like I can take a million pictures with an SD card, whatever. But with film, like for 35mm and for 120, those are 2 different sizes for film. Yeah. I'm giving you a little crash course on film right now.
I remember I had a shitty fucking Nokia that had I think a 25, a little thing. Once it breaks, you never could put it on again.
Nope. So I shoot those 2 different sizes of film, which 35 and 120. My favorite camera though is definitely my medium format, which is called a Mamiya RZ67. I wish I brought it in, but I didn't because it's like the size of like a sneaker box. It's huge.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Is it one of those you have to be like this?
Nah. It's a waist level. So instead of how most cameras you hold up to your eye to see, this one you hold down and you look down. Yeah.
Oh, I think I've seen those.
Yeah. So you look down and then it shoots out and then you can see. Oh, it's a film camera, so one roll of 120 film on this camera only gives me 10 shots, because I'm a firm believer in quality over quantity. Doesn't matter how many pictures I take; it's more about how good those images are.
So you only can take 10, or you only take 10?
No, I can only take 10. Like once on my 10th shot, the roll is done, and then I gotta get a new roll.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
And for a novice like me, what's the deal with I want digital, I want film? Like, why would I want this? Why would I want this? Like, what the hell?
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it really is just preference. Me personally, I like using film because one, I hate to sound like every other new photographer now because film is getting super popular now.
The
but
hipster shit.
the hipsters, yeah. Any hipster you see on YouTube are gonna say the same shit. Oh, I just love the colors. The thing is, it's true, yeah. And that's how they sound, you know, like, cause skinny white boys with the. But it's true. When it comes to film, it's just like there's something about those colors that digital will never be able to replicate ever. Yeah. Like those colors are just spot on always.
Some people see like the warmness of the colors.
Yeah, just the warmness and the texture. It just looks more realistic. Yeah. One, and then two, I just, like I said, I like the fact that I can only take X amount of pictures. Because the thing is, like with digital, I can take I can take 10,000 pictures and then pick the one good one. As opposed to now with film, I take my time doing everything, so everything is intentional.
Making sure, like, wait.
Everything, bro. I pay attention to detail, so it's kind of like forced me in life to just slow down and pay attention to things.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, you're on the right. Yeah, Mav, you're on the right track for sure, man. Because like, just thinking like that, literally, like just saying that, you know, you could always go for better and shit like that. It's really cool, man. Like,
yeah,
this is hilarious. I just lost literally my freaking train of thought. But
it'd be like that.
But like, you know, like when people doing a film, like I've seen the type of hipster that'll be like, I like going to the red room and put it under water. I like the process. I don't care how long.
Yeah.
I'm here for these photos.
Yo, and you know, and like, I hate that that's the real thing right now. Yeah, like all these hipsters and shit. But to its core, I also agree. You know, like it's
like that he's right, but what does he have to like?
Yeah, he's right, but it's like, bro, like you started doing this shit yesterday, bro. What do you know? You feel me? But like to its core, you know, like that, the fundamentals of photography, like of film photography at least, really is it be like that. Like I mean, that's what it is. It be like that. It's really more like it forces you to slow down and just appreciate everything, and then it's also like. One of my biggest gripes right now with the digital world is Instagram and Twitter, and like the fact that as a photographer or as any artist, to be honest, the only way to really show your work is through these social media handles. So Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, if you use that.
Scrape the dust
yeah,
off the
MySpace. But the thing is with film, it's like it's crazy because especially like if you actually develop and stuff and scan your own stuff, it's crazy because bro, like at the end of the day, you're taking this picture and then like. At the end of the process, you're physically seeing your work. Yeah. I mean, like you have a physical version of what you created, and I feel like a lot of people nowadays kind of forgot what that felt like, to see your work, like being able to tangibly, feel me, touch it. Like, bro, this is crazy. I mean, like a lot of people don't even know what it feels like, and I hate the fact that like I've always been in love with museums. Like I spend a lot of time in museums. Unfortunately, I can't go because of COVID, but. I spend a lot of time like in art museums because I love looking at people's art, and I feel like museums now too is something that's slowly decaying. Like people don't care about that anymore. People just want content on Instagram. Yeah. I mean, just like, oh, that's a nice picture. Like next picture. You know what I mean? Like you don't actually sit and appreciate and like look at it. You feel me?
Like how do we get new masterpieces, bro, these days? Like,
bro, yo, don't even get me started, bro. It's just like it's a lot, you know. So it's like I really wish people would actually like. Not I don't want to say people, but other artists, you know, would actually want to print out their work and hang it and like have a gallery. Because the thing is, like, it's a whole different experience, bro. You know, like all my images or any image at all, not even just mine. Like, oh, that's a fire pic. Even though you're looking at it on an iPhone screen, you'd be like, oh, that's gorgeous. But imagine that same image blown up, bro, like 4 feet by 5 feet, gorgeous, like in person.
Facts.
That is now artwork. You know what I mean? So it's like, what's the difference between having it on a phone screen or having it printed on a wall? Like, why is this art, but this is just a picture? You get me? So it's like
it's like you get a more of a tangible, like feel to it. And
so,
the thing is too, at the end of the day, you can see the picture through a phone, but you're looking at a glass device with a whole bunch of circuit boards, and then that's what you're really looking at. Yeah. You're looking at a mirror instead of looking at the picture. Like, oh, I see the brush stroke this way. Yeah. I see how this person did. Oh, okay. Yeah. I see a little smudge over here. You know, like you. I mean, oh, I could tell this is a freaking canvas. Yeah. Or I could tell this is a structure put together a certain way. Yeah. Not a picture of the structure put a certain way. You know.
And now you're just looking at pretty much a shadow of what actually is.
And also scaling. Like a picture is whatever, but in person, be like, oh my god, this is like size of a house.
You see, yeah, you get me, and it's just like, it's all those things that come together. So like sizing, texture, material, all these things that like seeing them in person and seeing them physical is a whole different experience than just seeing them on your phone. And it's like now like I feel like social media and all these things are just like taking away from those experiences. And it sucks. I mean, it sucks that like now we're so like used to like, oh, I'm a photographer and all my work is on Instagram. Like it's just on Instagram. That's the only place you can see it.
Yeah, right now
like,
Instagram is.
You get me? Like, why is that though? Get me? Like, why is it? For example, like, why do people have galleries anymore? Like, why do people print their work?
Like,
and, you know,
we literally, with sheer laziness, we're letting them monopolize the way that art is gonna be distributed. Like we a sheer I mean, it might not even be laziness, but we're literally letting the apps monetize and control the flow of art. How is it gonna start moving? Yeah, and like this is like a random left turn, but it's still out of New York. I don't know if it's just the rich people that are scared, but is New York really that bad when you went down there? Like what's going on, man? I hear a lot of people with a lot of money who's stressing out.
There's I mean I know there's a lot of people moving out, and like the whole COVID thing is even worse. But I mean, what do you mean, like in terms of like crime or in terms of like living conditions?
Like I would say with the COVID situation and crime, not so much the crime, but the crime. I mean, the crime is going up. I mean, that's everywhere with this situation. Yeah. But more of an artistic expression. To express yourself artistically in New York is not the same. So some people are just like running out.
Yeah. So I mean, from what I've been hearing and stuff, you know, unfortunately, I don't spend as much time out there as I would like to. Yeah. So I only know so much, but like from what I've been reading, a lot of people are moving out because they're saying that like a lot of the work recently in New York is just not the same. Yeah. There's not as much passion as there was before, and like everyone's kind of like branching out. Yeah. You know, so. But at the end of the day, it's still New York. You know, like they're still gonna have that community. It's always gonna be there.
That's what I've been noticing, because there's that change. Yeah, you know, the pandemic caused that change, but there's people with their community that have like-minded goals that are getting their people and still making it work. Mm-hmm. You know, going outside, freaking. If they can't do it outside or something, they'll meet up a random spot in the church or something. You know, whatever it is. You know, people been making it work out there. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You make it work with what you have, bro. We were saying that earlier.
Yeah, man. And like the COVID thing, I mean, we could be safer, we could wear masks and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, we still don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I'm just hoping. I'm hoping it slows down. You know, eventually.
Facts.
But we'll see.
And Mav, to end it with a cherry on top, if you had like a wish, like literally you fucking pull out the 7 Dragon Balls, you're about to make a crazy wish, what would be like the person that you had the power to get to shoot a photograph of, a portrait of?
Anybody at all?
Yeah.
Wow.
Like a favorite, like this person, like I just want to.
Probably Jesus Christ. I'm kidding. Honestly, yeah. If anybody at all, I mean,
alive, does that make it easier?
No. I'll do someone dead, only because like he's a big idol of mine. And those who know me personally know how much love I have for him. But if I could photograph anybody, I would absolutely photograph Keith Haring. I don't know if you know who he is. He was a 80s and 90s Brooklyn-based artist. And I'll show you his work later on. But, amazing. His work is amazing. You've probably seen it before.
Was he there around the Harlem Sans era? There was some Harlem Sans. It's called Harlem Sans something era, and it was in New York. It's basically around the Harlem Renaissance. The Harlem Renaissance, yeah, bro. It was like he's the product after that. The Harlem Renaissance, I think it started 1960 some shit, but it's basically it started booming. All this art came out of New York, all this jazz, all that stuff from New York, and booming. No, you know, 1970, 1980. This dude is there, you know, like
most likely, because like in that era, there's a lot of people like that, you know, like G. Michael Basquiat, and then like Andy Warhol was like in the 60s too, and so it's like it's in that same era. But no, Keith Haring his work is amazing, and he's just a very, very distinct individual. I mean, he's the kind of person where he just like he looked. You know what I'm trying to say? Where he's just like, he looks very different than a lot of people do.
And you would take a picture of him indoors or outdoors?
Honestly, probably indoors. You know why? Only because, like, the thing is with studio photography, I just put a plain white background, because that ultimately just removes any kind of distractions. Get me? I want the photographs to really, again, I want it to focus on him. Everything. Yeah, get me? I want to photograph him to the best of my ability and who he is. And, like, the setting and my location shouldn't have a say in that.
Word.
Yeah.
Word. That's dope. And you have any shout-outs?
They ain't putting me on the spot. Because now it's like, oh, damn. You
Everybody have photographs. Shout-outs to you.
You ain't giving me a shout-out. You know, nah, I mean, shout-out to everybody that support me, bro. For real. You know, I appreciate y'all. For real, I appreciate y'all.
Yo. Go ahead, man. Go on.
No. I mean, that's really it. You know, just shout out to everyone that supports me. I mean, I've been doing this for quite some time now. You know, sometimes, bro, there's been times where, you know what, fuck it, bro. I just want to sell. I'm gonna sell all my cameras, get a job at Staples, bro. Like, you know, and it be like that. Obviously, as an artist too, because like I said, as I told you earlier, every artist's biggest critic, every artist's biggest enemy is themselves.
It's themselves, bro.
You feel me? So it's like there's times where I just want to like give up.
What brings you up from there? What brings you how do you bring yourself up from there? I have my own way, but I want to see. Damn, maybe there's another way.
I mean, to be completely honest, a lot of things that help me is just like not comparing yourself, bro. That's usually what it is. I see somebody else doing their thing, or like working with somebody big, or getting featured on like a big magazine type shit that I'm trying to do, and obviously that gets to me. Doesn't matter how many times I tell myself don't get discouraged. Obviously it's gonna get to you, you know. But don't compare yourself. Everyone has their own process. It really it's that simple, you know. Everyone has their own process. So if you were meant to be where that person that, you would have been there already. Get me? So it's like you have to trust your own pace.
Freaking, those are great fucking words, man. Thanks for coming, brother.
Yo, thank you for having me, bro. Thank you.
Anytime, man. On L Views.